Hey guys, Darth Sebious here with Sebious Speaks. It's been quite a long time since I've done one of these, so I kind of want to get back in the swing of making more of these kind of videos and talking about geeky gaming goodness and getting excited about stuff and just talking about what I'm playing and what's exciting me at the moment and just getting me passionate about and excited for games. So there's a few things. It's kind of my gaming week. But I'm kind of covering a fortnight at the moment, and we shall see how regularly these videos pick back up. So yeah, but let's get started. There's lots of things being covered: video games, tabletop, card games, all sorts of stuff. But I think I'll start with Madden NFL 2015. I know we already have a date for Madden NFL 16, which is coming in a couple of months, I think, or a month or so, which is very exciting. But I've kind of picked it up in a big way recently because Toxic and I have been playing connected franchises, and we've even got Savage in on some connected franchises as well. We've got 3 on the go. We've got one which is Toxic and I as just quarterbacks, just only playing the quarterbacks, which was a lot easier than when we start becoming coaches and adding the whole team. And we have one playing for the Dolphins, even though I support the Ravens. I just wouldn't have made the first string quarterback, so I went with the Dolphins. And Toxic's obviously playing the Raiders because the Raiders are everything to him. And just things that are coming out of this, that I'm discovering that I'm the mad bomber when it comes to the quarterback approach, just huge hurling down the field and hoping things happen. Whereas Toxic is a bit more of a sniper, although he still has smashed the game record for throwing yards, although I have absolutely decimated the season goal for throwing yards, which is exciting. The other one we've got is Toxic, Savage and I all as coaches, so we're playing everyone. I'm doing absolutely awful, absolutely diabolically in that with the Ravens, although playing with the Dolphins offense because I'm just used to it. And I say offense when I'm talking about NFL, normally I would say offense. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Pronunciation is strange. Offense. Yeah, no. Anyway, playing as the coach is a lot harder during the whole team, especially when you've been used to throwing the quarterback and you just end up catching the ball and forgetting that you have to make them run as well. Having a diabolical run, got absolutely smashed by Savage, so that's not so good. But then Turks and I started another coaching one as well, just because everyone has to advance the league and keep it going, and you're all playing within the same league, which is the thing that makes the Connected franchise awesome. But also, if people don't play their games, you can't really move it forward unless you're the commissioner, which Toxic is. But we're trying to give everyone the chance to play. And in the third league, it's going a bit better. We're just kind of getting into the actual first season. We're doing all pre-season stuff and getting more involved with scouting and rookies and free agents, and we did the draft, so that was all very cool. I know people don't really like sports games and people turn off, but that's other things I'm going to be talking about as well. So that's Madden. It's been a big thing, and it's all been rather exciting. So with 40k has kind of been a bit quiet for me recently. I haven't done so much painting or modelling, and I haven't really had a game for a couple of weeks, but I'm looking forward to getting that going again. And Toxic and I have started a new series called 40k Unbound, which we'll be talking about new releases and some rumours and just generally what we're doing in the hobby, which will be coming soon. We did do a pilot, but unfortunately Toxic's got a new headset and there were some audio issues, and it's just me talking to myself, which is one of the problems we've had a few times, but hopefully we'll get that sorted soon. So yeah, obviously in 40k news, Warhammer World has this grand reopening today, which is very exciting, and our very own Heretical Xenos is going along and taking some photos and doing a report on what's going on there, and that'll be very exciting. We already know that we've got Reboot Gilliman, or Rowboat Guardian, the Primarch of the Ultramarines is going to be there. There's a steampunk crazy mangled face Princeps, that's an exclusive model. There's the Land Raider and Rhino Space Marine command vehicles, which are very exciting. They're exclusive there. Surely they're going to be available to everyone at some point as well. So that's that, and yeah, looking forward to see that. And obviously, oh, how did I forget? The Gert Mars Pattern Warlord Titan, which is coming to table 2,750 points, something like that. Huge, 30 hull points, something crazy. It's just bananas, and it's going to be making Apocalypse games very interesting for people that can afford to put that on the table, both with money and points wise, because it obviously is so huge. So more on that. I also did a bit of one of my Darth Sebious Rumour Roundup articles, which is up there. on As Index, talking about the things coming for Cult Mechanicus with the Servitor, heavy weapon Servitor tracked things with their lots of 2-weapon firing and crazy things going on with them. Moving, acting as if they haven't moved, even if they've moved with heavy weapons and all that good stuff. As well as some formations being rumoured on the way, with this Mechanicus, Skitarii and Knights and some more Mechanicus and Skitarii things which sound very exciting. As well as Chaos Space Marines on the way, possibly with a more kind of to the Dark Vengeance theme than to the previous Horned guys, and more corrupted stuff. An interesting thing, if you look at the Chosen models from the Dark Vengeance set, they are beautiful, not that I actually end up fielding them very much, or possibly as Plague Marines at some point. So there's that. Also, with the rumours, rumours are starting to eke out about Warhammer Fantasy 9th edition, which has been a big controversial topic for a long time now, because people think there are huge changes coming. Obviously, things changed massively with the end times, and kind of spoiler alert, but people kind of know now, the world kind of got blown up, and during the course of the events, many armies kind of got more conglomerated, like the Empire and Dwarves and all kind of other humans in that respect. And Chaos is getting back together, which is something I'm really excited about. Chaos as one, when I first tried to play Warhammer, or any kind of tabletop, it was back when I was a kid, and it was Warhammer Fantasy, and I had Beastmen, the ones with the halberds, and the warriors with their big kind of stance with their axes, and it was all one thing, and it was kind of glorious. I like the fact that separate armies with demons and Beastmen and Chaos Warriors gave more scope for characters and fluff and stuff, but we shall see how they work all back together and being fun. And there is a rumour that Beastmen won't just be the kind of bully, Minotaur-y, gore type Beastmen. There may be more avian, more bird-like, or scaly Beastmen, which just sounds mental and could be really exciting. I can't wait to see more of those models. And also in Chaos news, apparently we've got plastic greater demons coming very soon, or soon-ish. They're on the horizon. But there's more rumours and stuff up on my rumour roundup on asindex.com. But one last thing with Warhammer Fantasy is that there's 3 modes, it appears. So there's the Age of Steel, which is the sort of the smaller skirmish game, which is what everyone was terrified was going to be purely 9th edition. It seems to be just one facet of it. Whether that's something that Games Workshop were always planning, or something that is more of a reaction to how people have reacted rather adversely, I'm not sure. But there's Age of Steel, which is skirmish. Sounds interesting. I'm up for giving it a go. And then there's that's the Age of Sigmar. I do apologise. There's the skirmish, I think. And then the Age of Steel. These titles could be mixed up. I'm not sure. I'm not very fantasy minded. And the Age of Steel, I think, is the normal Warhammer 9th edition Warhammer Fantasy as people know it. Apparently, it's less of a jump from 7 to 8 than from 8 to 9. So it's not a big change. There are some changes, and there are some changes to the looks of some of the armies, and obviously the conglomerated factions as they are in the end times. But apparently this should mostly be Warhammer Fantasy that people know and love, and that should be a good thing. People should be happy with that. Hopefully. We will see. I can't really comment on the rules, but there's some rules. They're all very salty rumours, but there's a fair bit of information on the factions and the rules up on Allies Index. So that's exciting. Other things is X-Wing. X-Wing has been the game of the week and a half. It has exploded. So obviously we had May 4th, May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day, and our local shop, they did some X-Wing, and one of our local gaming group, who is Barakel, also Butch Cassidy, who does the Magic articles, and he's Barakel, our Inquisitor GM in Dark Heresy. He organises events at our local shop, and he got very much into the X-Wing. The idea was to push X-Wing onto people coming in and making them play, but it made him play, which then made the rest of us play, and so many core sets have been bought, and extra expansion packs and TIE fighters and all things. And it's just amazing. It's just it's difficult to describe. You have the beautiful, nicely painted models, which means you don't have to do painting and modelling, which is always a good thing for me because I'm lazy. I know it's not so good for other people that like to do their conversion stuff, but you can still paint them, and people do. People at our local group had done some interesting painting and even conversions with their models, so there is still scope for that. But the thing that makes X-Wing so exciting is you have these odd movement tiles. And you have your dial. You set your dial before everyone does it in secret to see when they're flying. But the way you measure that is you have from 1 to 5 straight, loose, or hard turns, and also possibly backflips, as well as there's barrel rolling and other actions as well. But the thing is, you don't know if you're going to fly past each other, you're going to ram. It's not quite crashing. If you are facing each other in base contact, you can't shoot each other, but you can still shoot beyond. So it's not, and you don't take damage unless it's an asteroid or something you crash into. But it's just so much fun, and we've become obsessed in our little local group, and it's awesome. And it seems to be spreading. Cousin Boris has definitely got big into it recently. He's going to some competitions and running some lists, and that's all very exciting. He's done some reviews for the TIE Advanced with Darth Vader. I have one of those. I love having Darth Vader. I'm not really finding much use for the TIE Advanced at the moment because I'm kind of going Swarm with Rex Labrath in his TIE Defender. With his unbelievable ability, I had Proton Rockets, which gave me an extra 3 attacks, so I had 5 attack in total, all hits. Then I used my focus to flip them with Rex Labrath's ability, and that's 5 crits. That's just unbelievable fun. And the dogfighting and just space stuff, it's amazing. If you haven't tried X-Wing, give it a go, but bear in mind, you're going to buy more than the core set. That is a fair warning. You will buy more, and you buy more than you need. But probably not as much as you want. That's the problem. So that's something we'll be covering a bit more of as the new waves and new things come out, and that's all very exciting. Regicide is something that came out recently, another Warhammer 40k thing, and it is Warhammer 40k chess, or as Liam calls Warhammer 40k, Space Nazi Yahtzee. So it's Space Nazi Yahtzee chess, which sounds ridiculous to some people, but Boris has thrown up a review on there, and it's a good game. You've got standard chess moves, you've got cool Space Marine and Orc characters for the pieces that also have their own abilities. So a chess move always kills, as it does in chess, but there's also, you can fire bolters, there are psychic powers, and I still look forward to playing more and hopefully recording some with Toxic. But the one game I did play, I actually managed to weaken his king or captain or chapter master or whatever the actual piece is, with lots of shots, and then finally moved my queen librarian out and use a psychic power to leech the last of his health away and win the game that way, which was just interesting. It adds stuff. There's an exciting video for the campaign and just for the overall. We've got both his videos up on his next. You should check those out. And just the campaign sounds interesting. People are saying, how can you put a campaign to chess? And there's an interesting point, but it's going to be more scenario based. There's going to be scenery and certain setups, and you're going to have to play through. So it's almost like chess challenges, but with a more 40k campaign theme to it, I suppose, which is exciting in itself. And like I said, I hope we can record an interesting game and get that going for you, because that's cool. Also, video games. Been bitten again by The Witcher 2, maybe with the kind of impending release of The Witcher 3, which is like 3 days away, the 19th I think it is, and looking amazing. And there's so many videos on YouTube and all over the place that you can see of beautiful things about The Witcher 3. I did skip one, and I started playing Witcher 2 when it came free on Xbox Games with Gold, because some of those games with Gold for free have been amazing, and Witcher 2 is definitely one of them. I was out for a while, but now I'm fully back in, and I'm kind of trying to stay resolute and to make sure I complete The Witcher 2 before I get to The Witcher 3, which is going to prove to be hard because there's still a fair bit to go. But if you're thinking about playing The Witcher 3, you're not going to get it straight away, maybe get The Witcher 2, because it's still awesome, it looks awesome, the story's awesome, the combat's still pretty amazing, and it doesn't seem all too different other than looking not quite as beautiful and maybe not being quite as fine as the third one. So I was saying maybe give 2 a chance. I've heard that 1's not so great. And either way, there are videos all about the place on YouTube and stuff that give you like a synopsis and catch you up on the story, because that's actually something that had a really big impact on decisions that I made in The Witcher 2. because there are points where the story splits off, and you may choose to go with someone, you may choose to go with someone else, and that really changes how the game kind of works or who you're with. And I wasn't really informed of this decision. I actually found myself looking all over the internet, trying to work out what decision I wanted to make. But then once I'd watched the video, I realised there was no choice for The Witcher. He was going to go with the Scoia'tael, Iorveth, and try and help just everyone, and just some independence for the non-humans, rather than going with Roach, the special agent, kind of essentially racist, xenophobic guy, who obviously isn't quite so much fun. But he did break you out of prison, so racism's still not good. So yeah, that's The Witcher 2. That's the main thing I'm playing game-wise, other than Peggle Blast on my phone, because that is just something that I'm banging my head against for forever, and I'm nearly getting to the end of it, and I will if it kills me, and it probably is going to kill me. The other thing, talking about mobile gaming, would be Hearthstone. Hearthstone's on mobile now. I'm sure everybody knows that. It's been on there for a while. But it's insidious now that it's on mobile, because I have a kind of ritual routine before bed that I try and bang out the quest. And sometimes that takes a lot longer or not. But hey, Hearthstone is far more readily available, easier to play, and you can just play it on the go wherever. And that's awesome, because Hearthstone is a really good fun game. It's not quite as... it doesn't have a special place in my heart in the same way that Magic does, but it's an awesome game, and I probably played as much of it as anything else, because you can just get so many games in so easily, and it's free, unlike Magic Online, where you have to basically buy the game and then start buying your entire collection of boost packs again at the regular price, which why would you do if you're already ridiculously invested in cardboard crack? I don't know, but it's a good thing for people who are more serious about the game, doing pro tours and championships and coordinating teams across various spaces, and I know how good that thing is, being able to kind of play with people in other countries and across the world, because the joys of Vassal and other things like that, which is what we do, because quite often we have triple continental things going on, with me and a few others of us being based in the UK. We've got Toxic over in America, and then we've got Alex and Boris, and most of the QuickTime Blues guys are all over in Australia. So lots of different times and lots of different ways to play across the internet. Always awesome. Good times. Speaking of Magic is something that was fading. X-Wing has just been all-encompassing this week, and it has taken all of my money and all of my time and all of my brain power, and just Magic just didn't get a look in. And I was getting to Friday evening, and I was thinking, I'm not going to go to Friday Night Magic. But Sarah did convince me to go, and I threw back together my green-white counters deck, which I've already posted up, and I went, and it was awesome. It's amazing how one good night can just completely change how you're feeling about a game and get you straight back in. And although I didn't think it was going to do very well, green-white counters, this is 1/1 counters, not counter spells, controls type stuff, it was rather effective. A lot of the spikier people were playing Modern, ready for the PPTQ in Southampton today, in fact, Saturday, and some people were doing a queue, but there were still 4 rounds, and it was a good night, and I did quite well, and I ended up coming second, which was rather awesome. So it's kind of reignited my Planeswalker spark, as it were, and I'm excited to brew and streamline and make my green-white counter deck maybe a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more quick, because it was the speed that actually helped me beat and draw with some control decks, which is something that generally I struggle with, and green-white kind of counters decks really kind of struggle with. But that's really exciting, and the night was such a big kind of about turn and kind of passionate experience that I made me write an article called Super Green and White, which is also up on ASNX, talking about the night and the deck and just getting back into Magic in a big way. So that's up there. Also with Magic, we've got the latest of Liam, or aka Butch Cassidy, Barakel. His latest Magic article is up there, all about the joy of dragons, because if there's one thing about dragons of Tarkir, is that there are dragons. Dragons by the boatload, and dragons are playable and fun. I'm still not playing too many dragons, but that's because I don't have the nice expensive ones that I want, but I do have Dromica, and Dromica is awesome because it can't be countered, which is always good when control is about. So yeah, you should check that out, and a few of those other articles I've mentioned up on Alice Index, because we've had a few bits going up at the moment. Also, speaking of things going up on Alice Index, we've got 3 giveaways on the go at the moment. We passed the 1,000 follower mark a little while ago now, and we're kind of over the 1,100 now, so that's all very exciting, and thank you and welcome to all our new followers. Check out our trove of videos and articles and all that good stuff. But the giveaways themselves, so we have there is a $60, which is about £40, Games Workshop voucher. That is an offer. That is for following Alice Index on Tumblr. That's aliceindex.com. That gives you an entry to that. Then Lewis, our local vegan wargamer, friendly vegan wargamer that is, he has put a prize up for getting to his 600 followers for his own blog and helping along with our 1K as well. So he's offering about a £30 value for any kind of miniature tabletop gaming goodies or things that you want. And for that entry to that, there is a post on the site, which I'll try and get a link to in the description to this video as well. You reblog that, but you also must be following Vegan Wargamer on Tumblr and Alice Index. And then our third one is an Infinity Pan-Oceanic Starter Box Set, which has been kindly put forward by Cousin Boris. And to enter that, you can reblog the post about that. Again, I'll put a link to these posts in the video. And you must be following Cousin Boris on Tumblr and Alice Index as well. So you have a chance to Games Workshop vouchers, some tabletop goodies, and Infinity Pan-Oceanic Star Set, which is pretty damn exciting. But Alice Index members, all the allies themselves cannot enter, so I'm quite sad that I can't get my hands on some of those. But they're exciting nonetheless. And last but not least, I want to talk about Malifau. Malifau, bad things happen. I had my first game with Lewis, who is our vegan, local friendly vegan wargamer, the other day, and it was my first game of Malifau because neither of us actually managed to get a game in the first round, and we were playing with our crews. He's got Marcus, Arcanis with Marcus, and lots of beasties, saber-tooths and stuff, jackalopes and things and rattlers, and I was playing with my hide and seek, the Dreamer, with Lord Chompy Bits, and I've got Teddy in there and some fun stuff. And there's a full battle report for that. But I want to talk about Malifau because Boris wanted to do the slow grow that we're running. There's lots of posts about the slow grow, and there's some beautiful models and things that people are doing. Not necessarily mine so much, but there's some really great stuff out there. But I kind of went along with it, and I was interested and intrigued to play a new game, but I wasn't very excited. And then I actually played, and it's just so much fun taking it in turns to activate, not having dice and having the flipping cards and having a control hand so you can cheat is an interesting aspect. I wasn't sure how I would feel about it, but there's just something fun about the randomness of what you might flip or whether you can cheat it, and just how the attacks and the abilities work. It's like a skirmish game, but just the theme and the look and just the way things work, which is incredible amounts of fun. And I'm really looking forward to next month's game of Malifau and who I'll be playing there, and also finally getting Teddy painted because it's taken me a while because we've had bad weather and spraying and need to get that sorted, but I will get that sorted soon. So Malifau is awesome, X-Wing is awesome, Magic is awesome, Hearthstone's awesome, Madden is also awesome. All these things are awesome. I've been Darth Sebious. I'm just talking about things that I'm passionate about and exciting at the moment, and just giving you an idea of what's going on Alice Index, which you should check out. So yeah, once again, I'm Darth Sebious for Alice Index. That's aliceindex.com, a place for all things geeky gaming. And you can find us on Tumblr, which is there, and we're also on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all those places. We've got loads of videos and articles and things that you should check out. And hopefully I'll catch you guys soon. Ta-da, bye.